Hey guys, please share and subscribe to Talking Trash Radio, as well as follow them on their Twitter account at TalkTrashRadio.
Hey, welcome back everybody to another episode of Talking Trash Radio. It's me, the White Trash Hero. Today we're going to be launching a brand new segment called Ask Trash Anything. I asked everybody to send in your questions to my Twitter at TalkTrashRadio and to my email, talkingtrashradio@gmail.com. I'll tell you what, I was kind of surprised with the turnout that I had. I didn't think that I would get the amount of questions that I did. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time to support the channel. Thank you for taking the time to remember me. And thank you for taking the time to send in your questions. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into it. I got the top 10 questions here ready to go. So let's do it. Question 1. Dan from West Mifflin, PA. Hi, WTH. I remember watching you wrestle at the old Eastland Mall back in the day. I'm a big wrestling fan. I try to keep up on everything. My question is this. What is your opinion on the dark cloud of professional wrestling with the hashtag speaking out? Well, it's a very sad day. There's a lot of scumbags that take advantage of people. I can hope the victims who have been abused, the men and women for that matter, that have come forward with their stories, the brave individuals find justice. I hope the people that have perpetrated this, number one, are held responsible, and number two, get the hell out of wrestling, because we don't need garbage like that in wrestling. And to all the individuals, all the victims, I'm sorry. I mean, coming from the heart, honestly, I have 2 nieces. If anybody ever took advantage of them the way that some of these stories that I've heard have happened, I would go ballistic. My heart goes out to you. Sending nothing but love and prayers to you. Thank you for being brave and coming forward and putting a light on this dark cloud, as Dan put it. Alright, that was a deep way of kicking this off. Let's go to question 2. Adam from North Versailles. What's up, Trash? I remember seeing you in a Loser League town match with Nikita Alanoff, I think in like 2000 or 2001. That was a brutal match that you lost. What was going through your head during that night? Well, thank you for reminding me that I lost. What was going through my head? Steel chairs, pool cues, ball bats. No, I'm just kidding. What was going through my head? Well, after it was all said and done, and realizing that I was no longer going to be working in that promotion anymore, it was surreal. I got my start there, made a lot of friends, met a lot of cool fans, and to be losing all that because of a stipulation in a match, it hit home a lot. Luckily, I was able to, go back to that federation and rectify what had happened. But what was going through my head at the time? During the match, oh please, no more pain. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, it was a back and forth match, and we beat the crap out of one another. And number 2, after the match, it was like a weight was lifted from my shoulders, and new beginnings. I'm a firm believer that when one door closes, another one opens, and this was a good opportunity for me to start that new beginning. So, with that being said, it was a bittersweet feeling. Alright, question 3. Sean from State College, PA. State College, that's kind of far, so thank you for supporting the channel. Hey, White Trash, I used to live in McKeesport back in the day and remember watching you. You weren't my favorite, but you did entertain me. Will you ever be back in the ring one day? Well, I'm sorry I wasn't your favorite. I tried. But, will I be back in the ring one day? Who knows? I'm in my 40s. I'm not as young as I used to be. The mind says yes, the body says no. Had several concussions over the years. But I still have the will and the drive to give it one more opportunity. Given that opportunity, given the right circumstances, given the how I feel getting back into the ring, working out, seeing how the body feels, building that callus back up, of bumping. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely be open to an opportunity if any promotions out there saw value with me getting back into the ring and help promote their promotion. So, in short, yeah, I would get back into the ring one day under the right circumstances. Alright, question 4. Linda from Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Hello, I used to be a big PWX fan in the early 2000s. I remember you teamed with Scott Venom as Better Than You when you were calling yourself All Business Brand. My question is, what happened to that gimmick, and what happened to Venom? Well, anybody who has followed my career, I've went from originally Goggles Paisano in PWL to White Trash Hero to All Business Brand to Loverboy Dennis Brantley in IWC, back to White Trash Hero. All Business Brand was a fun gimmick. I wore a suit and tie to the ring, almost kind of like the big Bubba Rogers gimmick back in the old NWA gimmick days. Didn't really like to wear the suit and tie, especially when it was hot, because we didn't have air conditioning in that building where I used to wrestle at. Had a great time with Venom though. Me and Scott Venom, we had a blast together. That tag team was probably one of the greatest times of my wrestling career. I learned a lot from Scott Venom. We had fun together. We accomplished winning the tag team titles not once but twice. And as far as Scott goes, I haven't talked to Scott in, good lord, probably over a decade. I hope he's doing well. If anybody out there knows how Scott Venom's doing, comment below. Would love to be able to hear how he's doing. And Scott, if you're out there, hit me up. Definitely would love to be able to reconnect and maybe grab a beer. Alright, question 5. Nick from Irwin, PA. Hey, I never seen you wrestle before, but I've seen your videos on YouTube. Why don't you put some old matches on there so the people who haven't seen you wrestle can? Nick, that's a great idea. I never even thought about that. If there's a demand for people to watch old matches of myself, I would have no problem putting on a quick 10-15 minute match and showing you guys what I did back in the day. If you guys want to see old White Trash Hero, All Business Brand, Loverboy Dennis Brantley matches, if I have them, I'll post them. Comment below, let me know if that's something that you want to see. But yeah, Nick, I mean, definitely I would be able to do that. No problem at all. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for the idea. Alright, Heather from North Huntington. Hey! I came across your channel from friends who used to watch you wrestle. I am thinking of wanting to get into wrestling, but with all the whole speaking out movement, I am worried that the wrestling world is full of scum. Do you have any advice? Heather, you're right. There are a lot of bad people in this world, not just in wrestling. Bad things happen inside and outside of the ring, as we all know. My advice to you, there is a lot of good, reputable wrestling schools around. You have Rise Wrestling. You have Fight Underground, who's teaming up with WXWC4 with the Samoan Family Wrestling School. You have so many other opportunities out there. My advice is to definitely, if that's something that you would be interested in doing, go check out one of their shows when they start running again. Talk to some of the wrestlers who work there, get the feel of how that promotion treats them, and talk to the promoter and ask them about their school. Usually there's a tryout. Go do the tryout. If that's something that you would want to do, get into, definitely do it. But once you get into the school, definitely surround yourself with the right people. The wrestling world is no different than the real world. If you hang out with shady people, bad things will happen. If you surround yourself with good people, good things will happen. So definitely do your homework, do your due diligence, and be safe, and good luck with your career if you do decide to get into this wacky world of professional wrestling. So, good luck. Alright, and then the next question we have Nathan from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I am a subscriber to your channel and was wondering I was a subscriber to your channel, and I was just wondering, will you have more wrestling content other than WWE and local wrestling? Well, that is a great question. I would love to get more content. Being a one-man band, though, it's kind of hard to come up with content, shoot the video, edit, do the camera work. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes things that definitely would be a lot easier if I had help. But being a one-man band doing this, it does give you time restraints on what you can and cannot do. I am looking forward to being able to go to different indie wrestling events when they start running again, and I would like to be able to do live feeds from them. Do some on-the-spot interviews. I would also like to do more coverage of Ring of Honor, New Japan, and obviously AEW. Impact. Impact has Slammiversary coming up. It's going to be, from what I understand, a pretty decent show. Maybe I'll do a Slammiversary video covering it. That would be kind of cool. But to answer your question, Nathan, yes, I am looking to expand the channel. So give me time. I'll put the content out there. Hopefully it's content that everybody will enjoy. And thank you for your support. Alright, Corey from Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Hey Trash, longtime fan of you in PWX/IWC back in the day. Here's a quick question for you. What was your biggest regret in wrestling? That's a loaded question, because I'm not the type of guy that likes to dwell on the what ifs. Everything happens for a reason. Everything turns out the way it's supposed to be. With that being said, the only regret that I really have is probably not documenting or filming more of my matches to have. I don't really have a library full of my old matches. If anybody out there has any old matches or anything on me, I would love to be able to maybe get a copy of that. But yeah, my biggest regret, nothing to do with wrestling itself, nothing to do with my career, well, maybe getting into better shape and maybe giving it more of a more of a go. Maybe traveling more outside of the uh, tri-state area. That would be another regret. But yeah, I mean the biggest regret probably is not documenting everything. So to all you young folks out there, you literally have a camera on you 24/7. Getting somebody to film your stuff for you. You'll be thanking me 20 years from now. Alright, with that being said, Rob from Swissville, Pennsylvania. Hey, I've seen you wrestle a lot in McKeesport, and you may not have been the most technical guy in the ring. You're right about that. But you did know how to brawl. So here it is. I'm assuming that means your question. If you could have one more match with anybody in the world, who would it be with? One more match with anybody in the world, who would it be with? That's a tough one. Under the right circumstances, if I could have one more match, I would probably say Kevin Owens. I like his style. He has a hybrid of big man ability. He has great ring psychology. Love his promo work. I would probably say right now, here and now, Kevin Owens. If you ask me a week from now, might be somebody different. But Kevin Owens, I think, would be the way to go as of right now. So Kevin, if you're out there, I'm coming for you, buddy. Alright, question 10. Brian, originally from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, now in Orlando, Florida. Orlando? Ooh, fancy. Hey, White Trash Hero. I don't have a question, I have a story for you. I remember growing up as a kid and seeing you wrestle in McKeesport. There was one show I remember that it was hot in the building, and I was about 7 years old at the time. I wanted a picture with you and an autograph. I told you I wanted to be a wrestler, and you talked to me for about 10 minutes and said I needed to do 3 things before getting into wrestling. First was to train your body and don't look like you, which I laughed at the time. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Second was to get an education, and third was to find a good wrestling school and check it out before you commit to it. You probably don't remember this, but I just wanted to tell you that it meant a lot to me because you took me seriously. You could have just brushed me off saying, okay kid, but you didn't. Now I am in the best shape of my life at 28 years old. I'm a college graduate in marketing, and now I have a tryout at a local wrestling school down here. I wanted to say thank you. When I seen I could send in a question, I jumped at the chance, hoping you see this. Well, Brian, I'll be honest, I don't remember it, but I'm glad you're doing well. Thank you for taking the time. I'm very humbled at the fact that you remember a conversation that I had when you were 21 years ago, something like that. You definitely, if you can remember a conversation with a knucklehead like me 20 plus years ago, that means you really do have a passion for pro wrestling. And with that passion, keep driving forward, because you have nothing to worry about when it comes to heart. It sounds like you have that part covered. Get yourself, just like you get in college, a good wrestling school, good education. And yeah, if you need anything, definitely reach out to me, TalkTrashRadio@gmail.com. I'm not sure what I can do to help you out, but I'm here if you have any questions. And again, I'm very humbled, and thank you for taking the time to tell me your story. Good luck. Alright folks, with that being said, I do want to thank everybody who sent in questions to me. We will be doing this again, so if you do have any questions, use the hashtag AskTrashAnything on Twitter, and or you could send it an email, talkingtrashradio@gmail.com. I hope everybody's doing well. I want to thank you all for supporting the channel. Please like, share, and comment below. Definitely want to make this channel grow. Not just for me, but for you guys, because we all have this passion for pro wrestling. And as always, just want to close it out the only way that I know how. Peace!